She has risen out of the grave and into our hearts.
Welcome to Something Feral, the podcast where three friends watch, eat, and talk trash. We're your hosts. I'm Kate.
I'm Brianna.
And I'm Angel Blaze. I have my what's this thing called? A halo headband on for people who can't see me. 'Cause it's the Rapture Day, the day of this recording.
Happy Rapture!
We're still here.
Well, we're still here.
Yeah. Where did we think we were going?
We're not going anywhere.
I think everybody's still here.
We'll see.
I guess there's only one way to know.
We'll see. Evidence is, you're still here.
True.
The godliest one.
Rapture is the crazy. It is crazy to me that.
Is that something your religion?
No,
Okay.
no.
I'm pretty sure it's made up. Like I heard somewhere today that it was just like a straight up made up thing that's not really in the Bible. I don't think.
It's like a very bonkers interpretation / assumption from I really don't even know the origins of it.
I think it's like some guys made it up.
Isn't that all of it?
I mean, if we want to go there.
No, I mean, that is an argument to be made, but Christians widely don't do this. You know what I mean? This is a specific, I'm pretty sure, American.
Oh, it's American specific.
I heard that too today. The Europeans are like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah, I think it's uniquely American.
Evangelical?
Yeah, white evangelical American behavior and assumptions. Because I remember hearing about it in high school when people were talking about the rapture, and I was like, what on God's green earth is that? And someone was like, oh yeah, it's when everybody gets sucked up to the sky. Who's
sucked
good.
up?
Not everybody.
Oh yeah, you apparently literally are supposed to
No, I understand what it is. I just mean I like the way you said everybody just gets sucked up.
Sucked.
God just vacuums his
people,
his children,
his flock.
his flock. Yeah. It's very, again, we talked about this earlier, but I think it's also very funny to me that
oh no, my halo.
It's being sucked.
It's being sucked off my
it's
head.
a sign.
No.
It's a sign. You get to go.
Oh no. Okay, maybe it's fine. Is it on right?
Yeah.
It looks right to me.
Oh boy.
Don't take my word for it. I don't. Yeah, what do we know? We don't even believe in the rapture.
Right.
I think it's just a bummer because there's people selling their houses and cars and giving their money away. And I was recently listening to Christine Brown's audiobook from Sister Wives.
Oh.
Yeah. She wrote a book. I haven't finished it yet, but a piece of it is she talks about the rapture. She grew up believing that when she turned 19 or whatever age, that the rapture was coming. So she's like, I wasn't planning for college. I wasn't doing this and that, 'cause she was like, we're gonna be raptured, that's
right, because the
Mormons are all in on the rapture then.
Yeah, and they had a date. I think. I mean, I guess they all have dates in mind.
Yeah, remember how kooky people got around 2012?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I lived in New York at the
energy.
time. It was very the weirdest place to be when people think there's a rapture. There was a lot of protests,
A lot of weirdness.
signs.
Yeah, weird things happening.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we have one more day left, so we'll see, ladies.
Do we? Wait, I'm confused about the timeline.
Today, on the 23rd, and
Yeah.
tomorrow, when we're recording this, is technically the days.
And tomorrow. That's
yes.
right. Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's both days or if it's based on calendar issues. They were it could be one of the
Could
other.
be
Okay, got it.
You know what I mean?
So they're just hoping they don't make it
did
through the
leap
end
day
of tomorrow.
screw it up, type of thing?
Of course.
Well, I'm wearing my halo and my white shirt, so I'm ready.
And your wine, your Christ blood.
Christ's blood.
My red wine. I hate red wine except for this wine. This is the only wine I accept because it's not real.
Is that really Christ's blood if it's called witch's brew?
Ooh, no.
Well, I mean, does Jesus have a feeling on witches, Kathryn? Enlighten us.
I don't think there's anything in the Bible about witches specifically.
Jesus loved
Jesus
all
loved
women.
everyone. The
That's
problem is never Jesus here. Let's be very clear.
The problem is men interpreting his words incorrectly.
Literally.
Or at all.
Men being
Yes.
the key word there.
100%. And the women who carry water for the patriarchy.
Correct.
So.
Not all men, but
Speaking
it's
of
always a man.
carrying water for the patriarchy, we need to talk about Kathryn's birthday over the weekend.
Speaking of carrying water for the patriarchy.
What? kind of segue was
That's
that?
your phrase.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I thought you meant it was my action. I was like, girl,
No.
maybe at some point in my life. It's
You're dumping the
certainly-
water.
Certainly not anymore. Yeah. I'm turning it into wine.
No, we had we celebrated
wine.
our queen Kate's birthday over the weekend.
Yum.
It was so
we
wonderful.
had a lovely brunch at just the coolest place. Can you talk a little bit more about it?
Yes. So shout out to Flyleaf in Grosse Pointe. I had seen this place, honestly, in the news on social for so long, but from where we live, it's kind of a hike. I mean, Grosse Pointe is just kind of a hike. The only thing it's near is Detroit, you know? And so like when I was in Detroit, I was in Grosse Pointe a good amount because that was the closest Trader Joe's with the best parking. But other than that, I never like find my way there. But I've been wanting to go to this place for so long, but just hadn't like made my way there. And I was like, you know what? If it's my birthday, I can force all my friends to go there with me. So that's what we did. We had brunch in a separate room. They sectioned us away, which was for the best because people were like very quiet. You know, it's a bookstore.
All your friends are loud.
It's like a bookstore / bar, right?
Yes. I wouldn't say all my friends are loud, but enough are that like the volume is brought up because the ones who aren't normally loud have to be loud to
deal with the loud ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was good that they sectioned us away, but it was really fun. It was such a good group. It was so fun to get all my friends together from like different facets of my life. It was just
no
really
losers.
Good energy.
Yeah.
No losers.
No losers.
No losers.
There were no losers. Again, it was my friends. But no, it was a great birthday. Thank you so much.
There was one snafu.
Was there?
Yes. And it divided the group.
Feral hateful behavior.
Oh,
We'll share the photo. Now,
yeah, we will.
I think it's important to note that initially when this occurred, it was just a very casual conversation and it got heated.
Yeah, rightfully so, because about half the group decided that they wanted to order 1,000,000 deviled eggs, and
So many deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs are gross. Sorry, hot take. I know
it's not a hot take. They're disgusting, and I hate them.
the stinkiest food.
it is such a. I mean, hard-boiled eggs are the grossest food maybe ever.
Again,
Top
hard-boiled
5.
eggs are worse because there's no spices in them.
Right, there's no masking what you're actually truly
but a
eating.
hard-boiled egg is the worst way to eat eggs.
Totally agree.
Worst way to eat eggs.
I would rather crack one and slurp it down raw than eat a hard-boiled egg.
See, that's a hard line.
And I mean that with my whole chest. Like, if you said, Kate, you can eat this hard-boiled egg, and like, I have to eat the slippery outside and then the chalky middle.
Stop talking
or
about it.
I can just like crack it in a shot glass, throw it back, and be done. Like, I know which one I'm choosing.
I like a hard-boiled egg. I will
sick,
say, but I
sick.
did not order them.
They make the whole house smell like farts.
No, you made the right decision. You eat deviled eggs in the like privacy of your own home.
Yeah,
I've
alone.
eaten one, yes.
That is an alone time food.
Like a civilized lady.
Or when you're in a big room that's not small.
So I just want to clarify. The deviled egg people,
yeah, the deviled egg faction.
the deviled people, they made the claim that they thought that each order of deviled eggs was only like a deviled egg or 2 deviled eggs.
Which is crazy. You get 2 fries when you order fries.
Right, yeah. They ordered 4 servings, 4 orders of deviled eggs. Which,
No, there was more, and then they took them away. 'cause
right,
there
they
was too
brought 5.
Oh yeah, they accidentally brought us extra, and I was like, "This is just
Take them
hateful."
away.
Yeah, I was like, "Please."
And there were 6 deviled eggs on each plate. So we had at one point on a single table in a small room 30 plus deviled eggs.
It was horrible. It was awful, but fortunately they were taken away. I feel like pretty quickly.
The extra one was, but the other,
many. The other one sat there
24 eggs sat there, and you know what? They didn't get finished.
because nobody can eat that many eggs.
Nobody can eat that many
Nor
eggs.
should anyone eat that
We
many.
are not
eggs.
Gaston.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wait. This begs the question, though. Well, like, thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. It was absolutely wonderful. But B, I want to ask because. What is like, okay, so deviled eggs is a great example, something that you should eat alone in the privacy of your own home around no one else, not even your significant other. So like what foods do you eat truly in the privacy of your own home, like not around your significant other?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a feral animal.
Okay.
I don't eat this, but like beef jerky should only be eaten by yourself.
100%.
Stinky.
And I don't eat meat, so I don't like beef jerky just in general. It's so disgusting to me. It's like a dog treat. And I'm not like one of those vegetarians that's like, don't eat meat around me, or like don't prepare meat around me. Like
It's stinky.
yeah, it is so smelly. But my one request is that no one eats it in the car with me, which I feel like is incredibly reasonable. And my ex and I were driving like up north, and he stopped at a gas station and bought some jerky. And I was like, really? It's the one thing, like truly the only thing I ask.
That's a personal attack.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? Just like eat it outside the car? And I was like,
Not buy
Save
it.
it for later.
no, he did. He ate it outside the car.
Or not buy it at all. Buy
Yeah,
something
I mean, it
else.
was too late. He came out with it in his
You can
hands.
save it for later.
Yeah, well, I said you can either not open it and wait and not eat it around me, or you can eat it outside of the car if you're hungry. And that's what he did.
Diabolical, but I love it very much.
I like meat, and this is stinky food.
It's nasty.
It's a
Yeah.
lot.
I eat tuna like tuna melts I love. I mean, I love tuna in any form. There's not a form of tuna I don't enjoy.
A tuna egg salad.
Okay, I lied. There is a form. Yeah, when mixed with eggs, I don't like it. But a tuna melt, oh, so good. And Maverick, of course, hates it. So that's when he's out of town, I make myself like a big like sourdough, very like melty, cheesy tuna melt. Oh, so good.
No, I don't like
You and
tuna.
I will have them someday together.
Take me to the tuna.
I shall.
That is something I would ask for neither of you to ever eat in a car with me is tuna.
Oh, you can't eat tuna in a car. Like I would
Fair.
never take it to work. That's a home alone food. Or like I would if I was at a diner or a deli that had really good tuna melts, I might do it.
No.
Anyway, so fuck those eggs.
Yeah, fuck those eggs.
There were so many eggs.
Too many eggs, but the rest of the time was lovely.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that was the peak of awfulness, and then it was all wonderful.
It was
from
the
there.
only low point.
And the finding the place.
That was hard. We all ended up in the alley.
The GPSs were not into it.
No, it is by gross point for gross point because like we had a hard time finding it.
Sure did.
But it was great. The service was great. Everyone there was really
Blaze
kind.
and I ate salads.
We had salads in solidarity.
That was huge. I'm so
We had a salad, the salad couch.
I love a salad, but Brianna, you say you had a salad, but you did not eat any of the lettuce.
Brianna,
She ate
Brianna
the meat.
ate the stuff on the salad.
She ate the apple in the lettuce,
and the cheese and yours came with bacon, right?
Yeah.
and then got another meal.
And then I also ordered a quiche.
So you ate bacon, apples.
I had a charcuterie board on a bed of lettuce.
Yeah, correct.
On a bed of mixed greens.
Yes.
But I had the mixed greens with every bite I had.
Oh, like one was always attached to the other things.
Correct. Yeah, I just won't eat.
Duck to the bacon.
I won't eat lettuce or mixed greens or leaves because they're leaves. That's what they are. They're leaves.
You don't have to convince people listening. They know what lettuce is.
I know, but I don't. I just won't eat a bite.
Do you know it's leaves?
Did you know that these are leaves like are on trees?
Like you
Oh my
can
God.
buy lettuce at Home Depot.
Ew, what?
Not edible lettuce.
Yep, sure can.
Oh yeah, like because you can buy plants at Home Depot.
Yeah,
that you
because
put in
it's
a
a-
garden.
Yeah, that's
Like
normal.
tomatoes, you can probably buy tomatoes at Home Depot technically, and
Buy tomato plants.
that's what I'm saying.
Therefore, you should not eat tomatoes.
yeah,
No.
and no vegetables. Ew, they all
Tomatoes
touch
are
dirt.
the
You can get them at
no,
Home Depot.
Tomatoes are the fruit that the plant produces.
Oh, don't give me this
Lettuce
shit.
is the
You
leaf
sound
of the plant.
absurd.
No,
Just eat
saying.
the lettuce. You'll
I'm not a rabbit.
pooper will feel better for it.
That's true. It was probably really good for your body.
No difference.
Oh,
She didn't eat
Darn.
enough of it. You
yeah,
needed
that's
more
right.
leaves.
You just had 3 like little pieces attached to the bacon. Yeah, it was great. And I also found out that I have the same birthday as G Flip and Alex Anzalone. So, oh, and the Lions won on my birthday.
Oh
so
yeah, that's
what
right.
more could you want against, if the Lions can't win, I want the Ravens to win. I love the Ravens, but not as much as I love the Lions.
No.
So watching the Lions win on my birthday was just like chef's
Yeah, it was a really
kiss.
great game.
Why do we like the Ravens?
You know why I like the Ravens? Because they are.
She likes
like
the
birds.
birds.
No, I was
I
gonna say
thought
like.
there was another reason.
No, I was gonna say like goth energy, like Edgar Allan Poe. Like sometimes they have smoke and like a graveyard vibe. Like
oh, I was
and
gonna say I've
Again,
never seen that.
so she likes the Ravens like she likes the Catholic Church.
vibes.
vibes
Yeah. Well,
only.
and I like Baltimore. Like there was a lot of similarities between Baltimore and Detroit.
Yeah.
Like if I'm rooting for a team, like I want to root for a city like Baltimore.
I will
you know?
say I was really disappointed because they were like the Super Bowl could have been the
Ravens,
and the
Lions.
Lions, and I was like that would be
Sick.
the sickest Super Bowl.
Yeah, we don't deserve it.
No.
It's too cool.
It's too cool.
Yeah. And yeah, so I've always liked also purple is my favorite color. So like a purple team when they do it right, which I feel strongly that the Ravens do.
It's a dark purple.
Yeah, dark purple, like again, they're literally called the Ravens because of Edgar Allan Poe. Like so goth.
That is cool. I do wish the bird was a little more raveny. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh, the like logo.
Yeah, I think it's not spooky enough for
You know
some
what?
reason.
Next time they play, I mean, this was probably in the playoffs. I don't know if they do this every game, but they had like fog and like smoke and like fake gravestones like
that's
as they were
cool. That's
running
cool.
coming out of the
Okay.
tunnel. Yeah, it was sweet. It was last year, but
Hell
I'm
yeah.
sure they'll do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, I mean, I love the Lions most of all. So like again, a Lions victory on my birthday. What more? And a thunderstorm. It thundered a little bit. So
Happy birthday to you.
thank you so much. Wins all around. It was a little tough listening to the coverage when they were like, yeah, and this guy's 33. Like, God, he is still going at this ancient age of his. Can you believe his bones aren't fragile? I was like, God damn it. Like,
Drag us, damn.
yeah, seriously. And then, of course, I said something like that, and Maverick was like, well, it's the NFL, and I was like, I do not need this mansplained to me. Like, I understand
yeah.
how football works. Like, yeah, it's hard on the body.
Wow, Maverick.
Like, I know.
It's harder on the brain than the bones, let's be honest.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my God. Wow.
Depends on which position you play.
Not entirely.
really.
They say 1 in 3 football players likely has CTE. Like, they
Yeah.
can't prove it. Because to see it, you have to, like, slice the brain.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't show up on a test.
At least not yet.
Or scans. Yeah, not yet. Not ever if the NFL has their way.
Correct.
Anyway, so yeah, we really went on a roller coaster there, but I had a great birthday.
Yeah, CTE sucks.
CTE sucks, and I had a great birthday. Happy birthday.
Go Lions.
Go Lions. Happy birthday, Alex Anzalone.
And Raven sometimes.
Yeah, and Ravens when they're not playing the Lions.
Right, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, they don't play very often because they're in the AFC, so it's easier for you.
Yeah, it is easy. Thank you for,
Whatever
for
that
thinking about
means.
that.
Go sports.
So let's move into feral behavior. This also kind of has to do with your birthday.
Oh, my gosh. If that's the theme, so be it. I hate attention.
Well, Blaze and I were talking at your birthday
Oh.
brunch about an evening that we experienced together. So we are going to share a joint feral behavior.
Yeah, because we
Today.
were drinking a certain drink, but we'll get into it.
We'll get into
That
it.
reminded
Oh,
us.
actually, I'm going to tap in here real quick because you did brief me on this. Mom and Dad, June and Ward,
Please don't.
if you're listening, please turn this off now, especially Ward. Like, my mom can handle this. She'll be displeased, but it's not right for a father to hear this story. It's not even about me.
It's about me.
I'm warning you, like, you will not want to hear the story about my childhood friend.
It ain't right. Turn it off.
It ain't right, yeah. So if you're listening,
I'm going to do my best. Maybe we'll have to censor some of the words here.
No.
You've gotten censored on things like this before.
yeah, because yes, I've been a baby.
We'll figure this. I might have to have this censored. So actually, I had an idea.
Okay.
I was wondering if I share your story.
I don't remember much of my stories, so I can share a
and
little
then
bit.
you share my story.
I don't remember
Or
what you
if
said.
we just so we'll just sort of tag team it.
I can begin the story.
That's a great way to Okay.
Okay, so the year was whatever year Jeff and I moved into this place, and we were having a housewarming. I forget what happened to you, Kate. I think you were sick or something, but you could not make it. So
Yeah.
Brianna and Dale came over to our home for a housewarming, and we decided to go to Ronin, which is nearby to our home.
It's walkable.
A delightful
yes.
sushi restaurant with a killer happy hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
the fanciest place.
before we went, we imbibed in some adult beverages. I think there
Yeah.
a couple glasses of champagne were had.
yeah, you brought some champagne. We had some champs.
We had some champs. I think there were some shots.
Oh, you guys are
Really?
having a night.
There might have been a shot.
That's crazy. Well, that explains everything.
Yeah, there might have been a shot. I know myself and Jeff.
It might have been Rumpelman's.
Yeah.
Oh,
used
yeah,
to
you
do
do
that.
love the Rumpelmans.
It's so easy. It's like mint. So it ain't like nothing.
Yeah, there was a lot of consumption
Wrong.
prior to our walk to dinner.
Yeah, and none of us are very good at consumption at all. None of us.
are.
Not one of us.
No.
And so we went pretty early because you can't make a reservation at this restaurant because it's that fancy. And so we get there early. It's still super busy because it's fancy. And
Blaze wants us to know that this restaurant
want
is
you
fancy.
to know.
It's not even that fancy. You can wear jeans there.
It's not that kind of fancy. It's just like very chic and it's very like popular.
It's like bougie.
yeah,
fancy.
people like to go.
bougie, yes.
Yeah, and it has a really wonderful like bar seating area. There's couches. You don't have to go and eat dinner. There is a very large area that is for bar and like light apps, I guess.
Yeah, and they have like one of the walls is completely open, so if it's nice weather, the windows are open. It's very lovely. It's a very like bougie little fancy
You don't mind
lounge.
waiting for a table
No, which is what we had to do because
for like an hour and a half.
yeah,
Oh, did you go on like a Friday night or something?
it was in the summer. Well, no, because it was in the summer-ish because we moved in the spring, and I remember we got there early and they were still like, it's going to be an hour. And like, fuck it. All right. Well, they have great espresso martinis. So how many did I have? 4. Before we sat
dinner.
down.
4.
Oh, we
Four.
were again all really engaging in
Ripped.
this casual.
No, I'm not.
bar
I'm
scene.
not judging. It sounds fun. I just don't know what I would do after 4 espresso martinis. I would.
I felt great. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
I would be such a liability.
Oh, we
I
were
was.
having a blast.
I was having a blast.
4. That's so funny.
And you were
I didn't
not-
know they could legally serve you 4 espresso martinis.
Oh, and
it's like a
just to
4
be clear,
logo.
Dale was
know.
also having that many espresso martinis.
Did he? I don't remember.
my
Yeah, Dale and
gosh.
you were like hitting back espresso martinis.
It's like nothing. It's so good. It's like chocolate. It's
yeah,
so
Jeff
good.
and I were doing our thing. Like,
so good. He probably had a bourbon, some sort of
right,
fancy
yeah.
bourbon.
Like, we were all
Having fun.
Imbibing.
Imbibing.
So we finally got our table, and this is the type of restaurant where the tables are very, very close to one another. So you get those like tiny two-top tables. They just put two tops together for us.
We are neighbors to the other tables.
Very, very close to the other tables. We're having a wonderful time. It's
I bet.
very
I'm lit.
yeah, we're lit.
And empty stomach.
Yeah, we're all lit on an empty stomach basically, and it's a very loud restaurant.
Yeah.
So you
Lively.
become loud. It's lively. So you're having conversations. You're really not thinking of other people sitting 3 feet away from you.
You weren't.
Don't care.
I did not. And at some point, we were having a funny conversation. Dale was across from me. You were next to me, and Jeff was kitty corner to me, just for reference. And for whatever reason, I say out loud to the table, I love a good pie. And as those words come out of my mouth, it's I love a good pie. The table next to me, this woman who's, again, 3 feet away from me, turns to me and says, "Can we borrow your soy sauce?" The second pie comes out of my mouth.
Were you making eye contact with her when you said that?
I was like, I love a good pie, as she looks at me for soy sauce. Because there was none on her table and they had run out.
Oh, I think you said it because there was like a dessert on the menu, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I don't
They have stuff
know.
like that.
Again, we were beyond
I surely
coherent.
don't know.
Yeah, like
I thought you said it and the waitress had just walked to
I
the
thought,
table.
yeah, I thought the waitress
it
was
was
there.
not the waitress. You know what?
That's what I remember. I remember the waitress coming up.
I promise you it was not the waitress.
I mean, what do I know?
I know it was, yeah.
I was 4 drinks deep.
Maybe this will be funnier anyway.
I don't even think I've ever had 2 espresso martinis.
I felt great.
Will we?
Hi.
Hi.
So we are telling the pie Ronin story.
You're on the pod. We're
You're on
recording.
the pod. Yeah, we're recording. Do you remember, 1, why we were talking about pies? And 2, can you tell us the story?
Oh, why were we talking about it?
What were you talking about?
I think it was a joke. I remember Jeff was next to me, Blaze was next to you. We're having dinner. There's a couple of martinis involved.
We already got to that part, yeah.
Mini.
We already got to that part. Me and you were sitting there talking about it. It's a joke. And then I forget right before it, but you're like, oh, I just love a good pie. And the person's arm from the next table comes right in between. It's like, can I borrow this soy sauce? And we're just like, yep. And they take it back and we just start busting up laughing because they're only like 2 feet from us.
Yeah, you had to sit with them.
We basically had to sit with them after that happened.
Yep.
And so you don't remember either?
Mm-mm.
Damn it. Well, we were all talking. Like, we had, I know you by the end of the night, because the next day, Blaze was like, oh, I just don't feel good. Like, I don't know why I don't feel like I drank that much. I'm like, Blaze, you had 7 drinks.
Oh, immediately when I got home, I was throwing up.
Yeah,
Immediately.
you had like 3 espresso martinis before we sat down.
I had
Damn.
4.
No, I think you had 3 before and 1 at dinner.
I think I had 1 at home. Maybe Jeff made me. I don't know. I had a lot.
Yeehaw.
Sorry, that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dale. Yeah, when Maverick and I have been to Ronin, we go like not super, super regularly, but we go often because the happy hour is so good. You can get like a whole dinner there.
Wait, what do you mean you can get a whole dinner there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
it's a restaurant. What do you mean?
No, happy hour. Like the happy hour is so robust.
Oh, okay.
You can like have a
You
whole
can eat
meal.
a whole meal at this place.
You can have a whole meal at the restaurant. No, the happy hour is so good and has so many offerings.
Right, there you go. Okay. Like pies.
No, I don't know. Not, you know, I'm just gonna stop. I don't even want to engage. But we were next to 2 times we've been there. We've been next to 2 first dates. Like,
Ooh.
and one time it was so awkward and so painful. Like I asked to move.
What?
Yeah, this couple, because you're right
You're so
there.
close.
They were
Yeah.
so weird. It
See,
was.
that's what I mean. It's so close. Like, again, this woman
And-
just thought she had her hand over the table
Yeah.
to grab the soy sauce. And I'm talking about pies.
Yeah, no, I understand how that went down, because normally like you don't care. It's just like it is what it is. You're in a busy restaurant, but like
You know what? Those 2 girls probably did decide to move tables after that.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was gone.
nor did you care. It sounds like
Well, this isn't the first time
Wow.
you've upset someone at a restaurant with
No.
your
No,
with your
it
words.
it won't be the last.
And it will not be. I mean, I have said a lot of people at your party when I was like, deviled eggs are the worst way to eat eggs.
No,
People
that's true.
Was that the statement that fired everybody up? Or no? It was
You
when
said something about Jello and white people.
I said that it was the last remnant of like the 1950s gelatin craze where
Midwest white people gelatin.
Midwest white people and their gelatin, and it was like the last acceptable way to eat gelatin.
Well, that's not accurate, but
like savory gelatin.
I like the rubberiness of it. It's good.
That statement in itself is proof that
I don't care. It's good.
rubberiness.
Ew, no.
I didn't order it though.
No, you did the right thing.
No, because you're a respectable adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, one order of eggs I could have dealt with. If there were 6 eggs on
I'm
that
looking
table,
at you, Panda.
yeah, Dr. Panda, you freak.
Disappointing.
It was funny that it ended up being like
1,000 eggs.
the literal one half of the room that was just happened to be sitting all by each other that ordered the eggs, and the other half of the room did not.
Anti-egg, yeah.
It worked out. It worked out well for me being far from the eggs, as far as you could in that small of a room.
Sure did, yeah. So Blaze and I had a very feral evening together and with our gentlemen. And I think my favorite part, one other than me, getting fine, was you literally being like, I don't know why I'm throwing up. Like, I just don't know why I'm so sick.
The caffeine was just running through you. You still felt good. You were just like, wow, weird.
She also, like, I just want to give,
Great.
I want to give Blaze credit where credit is due. Like, she did not seem like she was for espresso
No,
martinis.
it's
That's
the
good.
espresso. Yeah.
that's, like, that's what I mean. It was very clear that, like, we were, again, it was a long wait before dinner, but you didn't seem that drunk.
That's good because I do not remember after the pie comment. I barely remember that, and I know I went home and threw up immediately all night long.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll never drink again. God, please save me.
Save me.
Please help me.
Let me be raptured.
Look at me.
Suck me up into the sky.
I'll wear my halo every day for you. Just please get me through this. I promise I'll never drink that again.
Oh, boy.
Here I am in my halo and my white shirt. Take me away.
Good girl.
Cowboy, take me away. Fly this girl as high as you can into the wild blue.
We're at 36 minutes. Deep dive time, ladies.
Oh, I pray closer to heaven above and closer to you. Closer to you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Is everyone done?
For now.
Okay.
I still maintain we got to have Kit on here. Blaze, you may stay. Brianna, you may stay. You'll learn a lot. So,
Oh, I may stay.
well,
I'm allowed.
I just mean the offer is on the table. It's not mandatory because I know how you feel about country music. And Kit and I can discuss culture and country music and the way it pivoted post 9/11.
That's not part of our fair. No. Mm-mm.
Some of these country songs are feral as fuck. And
That's
like
not untrue.
good and bad.
I could sing for a whole
Straight tequila
episode.
night.
You could sing for us. You know all the classics.
I do I? I do. Here I go drinking again and talking like this. I'm very sorry. I'm drinking that witch's wine. This is very
That's
ungodly.
right. Oh, yeah, what I wonder, that's, honestly, very powerful stuff.
I've been
Blood
accused of being a witch before.
Yeah, blood of Christ infused with witchiness.
You know what? Let's go ahead and move on to something that I know I've been really excited to talk about. And I know that the two of you have been very excited to talk about.
I don't know if excited is the word, but
Ugh.
I mean, we had a good time watching it.
we did, yeah.
Good time. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an engaging.
No one was bored.
No one was
We had
bored.
a good time talking shit.
True.
Yes.
True.
So this is a trash and treasure, but also a recap of Feral Trash Night.
We promised the listeners.
We promised. You guys, all 8 of you, are really jazzed about it.
Also, we have more than 8 listeners. We have 8 straight male listeners.
Ward, you can come back.
Oh, yeah, Dad, it's safe for you to jump back in. In fact, you probably have some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
You'd probably have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah, Ward would have done a better job on this investigation.
Oh my God.
It's impossible to not, really.
Anyone could have.
Anyone could
We
have.
could have.
Oh, that's certainly true.
So we're talking about Netflix's documentary, Unknown Number. And this is the story we spoke about on our last episode. Kate and I had seen it. Blaze had not seen it. So after that episode recorded, we sat down and watched it together. I have watched it 3 times. I made Dale watch it with me.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, it's just so unbelievable.
Jarring.
Yeah.
Did you know the twist before you watched it?
No. He did
Oh,
not.
so exciting.
Okay, real quick.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah,
Yep.
we are going to spoil it, and I will tell you how Maverick ruined it for me.
Yeah, we are going to do our best to stay in the chronological order of the documentary.
The documentary.
The documentary. So yeah, spoilers ahead. Stop listening if you don't know already. But if you don't know it, then what are you doing? Really?
Get Netflix.
Really, get Netflix. Don't be like Blaze.
Or log into someone else's Netflix.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brianna.
Yeah. All right. Blaze, do you want to do a little bit of a review just at a high level, and then we'll go through the details, and you can tell us what was your reaction to it?
I like that idea. Let me have a sip.
Oh, go forth, my lady.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so I watched this. I knew the twist, which we'll get into, but as we talked about last week, Unknown Number is about the teens in this tiny town that get all these horrific text messages from an unknown number trying to break them up. And the whole documentary, I unfortunately knew the twist, but it was really interesting watching it from a perspective if you didn't, because for most of the documentary, it is like them trying to figure out who this was. And the person who it was is in the documentary acting as if they weren't the person doing it. And so you're very convinced that, like, who the fuck is this person?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
most of the time.
Especially because they do go through in the documentary some of the suspects from the investigation.
Justice for all of those suspects, too. Yeah, it's crazy to me, like, all the people they suspected. Like, this girl, because she was, like, a mean girl, and she was friends with Owen. You know, Owen and Lauren were, like, the couple that were getting these texts. And just all of their friends, and how everyone was so, like, you have to be careful what you say because you're going to be a suspect. Like, everyone was worried about being accused. All these children.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's such a small town.
Such a small town. There's, like, what, 20 in the grades or whatever?
I think there were 20 people in the grade. Again, all of these kids it's all one school. It's elementary, middle school, and high school all in one building.
Were there really 20 in the whole grade?
That's what they said, yeah.
And the parents are very involved with, like, the kids. There's, like, a
That was
Halloween
weird to
party,
me.
and they all go and hang out together. Like, the parents are very
Yeah.
involved with, like, the children.
The
I mean,
documentary made
that
a
was
really
weird.
good point to that, like, and some of the teens even said the parents are very involved with the teen drama.
Yeah, which is not correct.
That was something they brought up.
But it's such a small town. Like, what the fuck else are they doing?
Yes, but like, goddamn.
Yeah, goddamn. Can't relate.
Yeah.
So we go through all the suspects. We go through the terrible police work that was done the entire time.
Yeah.
What did it take them, like, a whole couple months to figure out that the girls were a group of friends?
Well, and the one girl who was accused, who was innocent, her dad, who was a cop, but not, like, involved in any way. I don't
Yeah.
know if he was, like, a different branch. Like, they didn't say where he was a police officer. But he was like, well, why don't you just, like, find the VPN? And no one did that.
Nobody did that.
No one did that for months. Like, that was the craziest part.
Yeah, a lot of the investigation was and that's a lot of what the documentary focuses on is the investigation. So initially it starts with the Lauren and Owen, which to Blaze's point are the couple, and the mom. So Owen's mom and Lauren's mom talk about how the families become, and they're in the documentary, start with the dads. Everyone is interviewed in the documentary. Talk about how the families got really close when the kids started dating. And the moms finally find out that the kids are receiving these really, really inappropriate
Gross.
and they're sexual in nature. They are I don't want to say violent, but they're
cruel.
They're cruel.
I would say violent. I mean,
They escalate.
They
for
do
sure.
escalate. Yeah, they're strong worded messages. And the documentary makes a note to say that, like,
They're all real.
They're all real. They have them in the doc. And I think, again, we talked about this in the last episode.
that's
but
what really rattled me the most, because I knew it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, it would be hard to type those things to anyone, let
Yeah.
alone, like, again, a 15-year-old girl, and we'll get into that in a second. So the moms decide that they're going to take action with the school first and foremost. So again, very small community, so they think the best idea is to go to the school.
And of course, they're all like, which kid is it? Because, like,
Right.
it's got to be one of these kids.
Gotta be one of these kids. Now the number is coming from
It changes too. The number changes.
Yeah, the number
all the time.
changes all the time. It's from an app called, we find that out later.
When the
which is,
FBI
again,
comes in.
when the FBI gets involved.
They find it in, like, a month.
Yeah, the moms come in and they get the principal and the superintendent involved. The principal, fine, whatever. I don't really have a lot of feelings on him. The superintendent is a fucking idiot.
I forget who was who. I forget which was which.
He was the one that said,
Oh, they use their. I think was the principal the one who said that they use their.
No, that was the superintendent.
Oh, okay.
So there was a point where they were like, well, it's just kids being kids. And, you know, they go down the route of, well, is Lauren sending them these to herself?
That enraged me for
you
attention.
know, to get attention. And they're going, again, through this very much related teen drama bit of it all. And at one point, the moms are getting kind of frustrated. It's going on for months. It stopped for a while, and then it started back up. So they didn't get involved until the second time it started back up again.
Which is part of why it took so long. They took a while to go to the school, too.
Yeah, they took a while to go to the school because
which was odd to me.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. But
like, whatever.
They go to the superintendent, and at some point they ask the superintendent, like, can we just like prevent the kids from having their phones in class? Because the kids are getting these texts in class, they're getting them at home, they're getting them all hours of the day.
And it's about like specifics that you'd have to be in the school
Correct.
to send that kind of detail. So they were like, it's a kid. It has to be a kid.
Right. So the superintendent's
Fair.
like, he literally goes, well, how am I going to, like, I use my cell phone as like, it's like my job. I'm on my phone all the time. Like,
No.
cell phones have a place in education. I'm like, no, they don't.
Not when this is happening.
No.
Okay, so I totally agree. Like, you guys know how I feel about phones in school, like from
Yeah.
a personal level. But I will say this. I bet with anything that parents are the reason kids have phones in school still, because those parents could have taken those phones away from those kids. You would think it's a no-brainer, but like, one, because of school shootings, parents want to be able to reach their kids, which like that is understandable. Your kid doesn't need a smartphone, but like I get that. But also parents, like I have heard from people that parents want to be able to reach their kids all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, certain schools, I imagine there's a way that like schools and districts can agree to do this like collectively, but I cannot imagine how hard it would be for the school to say like you can't. And I think they should, to be clear, like no phones.
They did it
bell to
with
bell.
us. We weren't allowed to
Yeah.
have our cell phones during class.
No, we weren't. But like,
People weren't shooting up schools the amount that they are now then.
and well, and again, we weren't as connected to our parents as kids are now.
No,
like
that's
my
true.
parents never fucking tracked me. My parents didn't
Yeah.
like location stuff.
You couldn't.
No, and like I mean, they
well,
could
you
have.
could,
No,
but it was like,
my parents could have, but like
Oh, yeah.
they didn't, and like that. So many people have put like air tags in their kids' stuff and like feel that they need to be able to text their kids. Like parents are texting their kids throughout the day. Like, and I'm not trying to give grace to the adults in this because I think a lot of them failed everybody and everybody did
there
wrong
is
things.
no doubt that the documentary really highlights how a lot the adults in these kids' lives failed them.
True, but I also think like it is unfortunately not as easy as saying like we can't have phones at school because parents are so involved and parents are the people who insist on their kids having phones in school a lot of the time.
Well,
Like, again,
and
I'm
that's
not-
a good,
Wow, yeah,
that's a good segue into who the fucking perpetrator
Yeah,
was.
Whoa, wait. Well, let's talk a little bit about. Finally, the
And
superintendent.
I'm not defending phones in schools, to be clear. Like, I just want to make that known that, like, and I'm not defending a lot of these adults in this, but, like, it just wouldn't be easy to do because parents would freak out.
all 20 of them.
Yeah, exactly. all 20 parents in the town.
Yeah. So they eventually, the superintendent and the principal can't do shit. They just keep telling the parents like, well, change the phone number. And the parents now, to some point, they say, well, whoever this is obviously knows these kids and we'll get their number. But again, it's a really small community. How hard could it be?
At no point they did not
Right.
track this number.
I
At
will
no
never
point
understand
did they do that.
That's what's so wild
At
to
no
me.
point.
And again, to me, it's like, well, we would just have to get the kids a new cell phone number. And they complain about, well, why do we have to do that? It's like, well, to protect your fucking
Well, you're
kids.
a parent. Like, yeah, sometimes you have to do things you don't want.
Right. And also, you could be really selective on who you give that number to and then kind of feed it from there. Like, they could have done more with that phone number thing, and they clearly don't, but then we find out why.
Yeah, you could have gotten your kid. I mean, you could have gotten your kid a burner phone, kept that going, and still tried to figure it out, but like taken that phone away from the kid
Yeah.
and then told them not to share. Whatever. I mean, there were ways around this. People, whatever.
Well, there
but
was, yeah.
I do understand wanting to find out who it was.
Absolutely.
They do the absolute worst job at investigating ever. They accuse all the kids. It's none of the kids.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be Lauren's mother.
Lauren's mom.
Her fucking mother is the one sending these texts. She's in the beginning of the documentary being like, oh, I just told her not to worry about it. I told her she's beautiful and like, don't worry about it. I'm like, you Quasimodo fucking looking bitch ass. Like, how the fuck dare you?
It's jarring.
It is unimaginable.
And I knew because Maverick spoiled it for me. So I was watching with two of my friends at our house and he was out with his friends And I was like, oh, we're watching this documentary. And I did not know. I was like, I know everyone says it's crazy, but I had avoided all the spoilers. And I was like, I'm so excited to see how this shakes out. It's supposed to be wild. And he's like, oh, is that the one where her mom did it? I was like,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, and like it was spoiled for me, but like seeing
It doesn't
the
matter.
text,
It honestly doesn't even matter. Yeah.
it was still so shocking.
Your brain can't like accept it. And then when she's talking and she's like, well, we didn't think the school reacted appropriately.
They
Like,
didn't do enough. I'm like, huh?
I
Yeah.
wonder how that shook out. Like, do you think that they told her that the person interviewing her didn't know she was guilty? Is that what you think?
No, because she'd already been to jail.
Yeah, she knew.
How did that?
She spun it
She's-
as I can't remember how she
she
spun
needs
it.
help.
We will get there.
I mean, she really does need some like major help.
Because I want to talk a little bit about how they got to find out it was her.
Yeah, no one sane would do this.
No,
I want to be
no,
clear.
no,
like,
no.
The worst part to me about the police work of this town,
Mike fucking Maine.
Mike Main, is that they did absolutely nothing for about a year, and Lauren
Except interrogate children on
Interrogate
like a
children.
weekly basis.
mean girls and weird girls,
Yes.
because they must be techie,
and it
one of
has to
them
be a
said.
girl. Yeah.
no men.
No, that's
At least they didn't show us that they were interviewing
True.
boys.
But what bothered
but
me
they
the
weren't
most
because the boys weren't involved in the drama.
Oh yeah, because the one guy was like, "Yeah, boys just care about sports, and we don't care about drama." And I was like,
Okay.
What bothered me the most is that they get a text and it is a picture of a car
"This bothered me the most too."
at a Christmas party, and there was only a certain amount of people at this party, and it was like all there. It was like
It was
their two
family.
families together,
Yeah.
and they were like, at no point they were like, it has to be someone at this party, right? No, nobody looked into that.
That is what bothered. Okay, that's what bothered me because one, obviously, investigators failed. I'm like the people who were. It was their job to do, but
Absolutely.
also the parents. Like I would be able to figure that out.
Owen's mother, like, who the fuck here?
That's
Yeah.
Sent that.
That's
It's
what I'm
one
saying.
of us here in this house, and she's like, "Well, it was just us, and it was a small group. Like, couldn't have been." I'm like,
That's what
Huh?
bothered me so much. I was like,
It is.
I was like,
It
this is how it's like a closed room mystery. There's only like 8 people or whatever.
Right.
it is narrowed down to this room just because you don't want to believe it.
That's what bothered me.
What?
I was like, you clearly didn't. I understand not being able to believe it and like all that sort of stuff. But when you know that it came from someone
in the house.
in the house and that's the only
Calls
way.
coming from inside the house.
Literally, like again, closed room mystery. You've narrowed it down to 6 people or 20 people,
It took
however many it
them
was.
4 months after that. And by the way,
And the FBI.
so
and the FBI.
the sheriff Mike Maine, who
I don't know who it is. Call the FBI.
this man was useless and was convinced clearly that it was like some dumb teen. And I think what was the hardest part about watching that for me is that these, again, mostly men, were investigating these teenage girls and just assumed that this was, well, what are you going to do about it? Kids being kids,
Oh, they
girls
accused
being
one of
girls.
their cousins at the party.
Yeah.
Oh, it had to be her, the cousin, the little weird cousin.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then they couldn't find any evidence because it wasn't her.
Obviously not. Yeah.
So and finally, they just the sheriff, Mike fucking Maine.
We don't know if he's a sheriff.
Whatever.
He works for the sheriff's office.
Mike Maine.
Well, to call the FBI.
He decides that he's like, we just can't figure this out.
Which, like, again, is fine if you make that decision like day 2 and you're like, you know what?
This is above my pay grade.
Or just like, I don't do like phone stuff. I better call someone who does.
This went on for like a year before they called the FBI. Who solved it in a month?
It was over a year, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was 18
Almost
months.
2.
Yeah.
And the FBI in a couple weeks was like, "Oh, I looked up wherever the hell,
VPN.
yeah, the VPN."
Well, they
and-
found out where the numbers came from. They're like, okay, it came from this Pinger app, and then the Pinger app. They're like, okay, who downloaded the Pinger app? Okay, it was a Verizon phone number.
all these numbers are going to one address.
And then they're like, okay, everybody,
phone number, yeah.
give us all of Owen's contact numbers, and we'll compare
Match
the
'em.
two and see if we can find a VPN. It was, I mean, again, simple technology.
Yep. And they're like, I think it's the mother. And even when they come in, like, it was so weird. There was like a zillion alcohol bottles like on the table in the shot, and it was like, okay, well, this woman.
So it's
is
all
clearly,
police camera,
it's
yeah.
all police cam. They're like, okay, we're like, we have to take you in. Like, we know it was you. And she's like, well, what about my daughter? She needs me. What about her daughter?
I can't leave her.
I can't leave her. And I'm like,
You have to
you
leave her.
motherfucker. Like,
Yeah. You actually must
I'm
leave
so mad.
her.
I
So-
don't want to say anymore.
Dale and I were talking about this piece, and I was a little confused about the timeline. So in the documentary, they also are interviewing Lauren.
They interview her like twice.
They interview her twice, one closer
She's
to...
clearly older.
Yeah, one closer to when it occurs and one a little bit later, and you can kind of see the difference in how
She's a little more sympathetic during, and then when she's older, she kind of realizes like how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
Like, I think she was a little shell shocked. I mean,
course.
obviously in the body cam, she was like, what? Like she couldn't process it. You could tell she was like just totally disassociated. How could you not be?
Yeah.
You find out it's your mother. How could you process that?
Well, they
Oh my
come
God.
over, the cops come, and very quickly she kind of admits to it on the body cam. And she's like, well, I didn't start it, and she says that, she's really not taking accountability for it fully.
no.
And she's talking to the documentary team about, because, she's telling her daughter, you're ugly, you're hideous, you should kill yourself. Owen doesn't want you.
I'm gonna fuck your boyfriend.
I'm gonna
like,
fuck your boyfriend. Again, these
And that is lightly. Like it was so
that's,
graphic.
That's us being,
diplomatic.
Yeah.
Lady-
the adults were even like teenagers don't even know what this
It's
means. Like,
blushing,
they don't
yeah.
know what
It's
this
gross,
is. How could,
yeah.
They don't talk like this. They don't know what these terms are. Should have been another clue.
Right. And so she's talking about like, no, like you said it earlier. You should know she was never worried about that, blah, blah, blah. So they also find out that she had lied about their finances. She was lying about having her job.
Oh my God.
There was a
Crazy
lot
other
happening.
twist.
So she was unemployed the whole time, which is why she was able to send all of these text messages during the school day.
Her husband thought she was at work. She
Right.
was not.
God, yeah.
They were having significant financial troubles.
They got evicted like 3 times. Her
Yeah.
husband like didn't know why. They thought they were just moving. Which also like, come on.
This is literally why you need to know what's going on financially in your household.
Yeah.
Like you
It
cannot
needs to
just
be a
let one
team
person
thing.
do it.
And
yeah.
then as time, towards the end of the documentary, we also come to find that Owen, the the mother, Kendra Licari's daughter's boyfriend, apparently Kendra had sort of like an infatuation with Owen,
Ew.
according to the documentary.
Well, to the text.
According to some people, yeah, like
Well,
some people, his mom. Oh,
his mom.
well, and this. Okay, sorry, I'll let you finish, and then I have thoughts.
Yeah, because they talk about she would come to his games after they
broke up.
Yeah, after they broke up. We talked about that in the last episode. Sorry, we didn't reiterate that, but they break up. She still goes. I guess she would cut his food for him. She was just like very affectionate towards him, and even Owen talks about how it kind of made him a little uncomfortable.
And Owen's mom noticed.
Yeah, and Owen's mom noticed, but just thought it was like this,
She's just a sad, weird woman.
right.
She just isn't a boy mama.
Right.
Yeah, and so there was a really weird energy there because people are really trying to figure out like why did this woman do this, and then she talks about how she was abused as a child, and there's just all of this stuff, but there's really never any clear reason as to. She says that it's because she wanted to find out who was sending the first group of text messages.
I think she's a very damaged person. She needed to be
Absolutely.
needed. She needed to be wanted. And she was going to fuck up her and her daughter's life so that she could comfort her and give her that and be be needed. And it's sick. It's twisted. She should be in jail now. And I don't understand anything.
I have a hot take.
She
that I
needs
wanna
so
give,
much help.
but I know you wanted to give a thought.
Well, what frustrated me, and I don't want to I really don't want to victim blame, but like my whole thing that frustrated me watching it, well, many things frustrated me watching it, but near the end, I didn't understand why his mom, after she was coming to all his games and cutting his food for him, and was like, a few of them talked about how she was obsessed with him. And then that picture happens. Like, how do you not put those clues together? Like, you have to assume everybody's a suspect.
Yeah.
That she said she was doing that. But then she, kind of wasn't. She was like, well, when he told me it was Kendra, I was like, no, it isn't.
Yeah, she didn't want to believe it. That's
Which,
why.
I can imagine. And it's also hard to imagine that the person sitting next to you in the principal's office is also, I understand that, but it was so weird to me. It's like, you're seeing her do all these things.
Because at this point, they're best friends.
Yeah.
It's like one of us doing that to each other's child. Like, it's unimaginable.
Unimaginable.
But I
It's
would
not.
suspect if there was photo evidence. I'm sorry.
And if Brianna, if I had a son and you were touching him and coming to his games and cutting his food and not doing that with anybody else, literally only giving my teenage son special attention, and then I don't that would. I'm not saying that would be a dead giveaway, but it would certainly make me suspicious.
Yeah.
But also we have the kind of friends where I'd be like, why are you cutting his food, you freak?
Yeah.
Immediately,
I
like,
mean,
what the fuck are you doing?
We wouldn't be behind closed doors like, don't you think that's a little weird? I'd be like, girl,
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
I would be like, he can cut his own food. He's a
Cut it out.
fucking
Yeah,
exactly.
boy.
Cut that shit out.
Exactly.
So Dale and we watched it, and I will post some of Dale's reactions.
Oh my God,
They
yeah.
were very funny. He is heated about it.
They do a really good job of like you not suspecting it was
Well,
her.
I knew that it was her
Yeah.
before I watched the documentary, and I'm watching. I'm like, wait, that's her.
That's how I felt too, because Maverick ruined it
I was
for
like,
me.
wait,
her, what?
Her, what? I got very confused. I was like, what am I missing?
Me too. And then I got confused because I was like chatting with my friends when I was, watching it. And then I got confused as to like which mom, like who is whose mom and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So then I was like, well, I guess it is kind of a mystery for me. But God, was that brutal. Because some of the one Owen's mom was like, and like Lauren needs to be held accountable and stuff like that.
No,
and I
it
was
wasn't. It wasn't Owen's mom. It
like,
was the.
was it Chloe's mom?
It was yeah.
Justice for Chloe, the bitch that was.
I know, the innocent bitch.
The innocent bitch. Yeah, like that girl's a bitch, but she's an innocent.
Yeah,
bitch.
like that and the other girl, not Macy, the other one. I know those girls threw carrots at that one cousin. Like I know they did. Like
she said we did, but I
she's
don't
like,
remember.
she said that we like threw carrots at her. I was like, I know you fucking did. Like
It's very specific.
yeah, it's very specific. And again, like you're not
Justice
fooling
for
anyone.
Chloe, that was just Regina
But yeah,
George.
she still didn't deserve any of that. Like
No.
that's all. I mean. Yeah, everybody was coming down on her and assuming it was her.
Yeah.
And then like
Cousin,
the one
'cause she's
police
techie.
officer who said anything rational was her dad, who just like wasn't involved at all. And he was like, why don't they just get a VPN? And they were all like, oh, Chloe's dad's covering up for Chloe. And it's like,
Yeah, it's got to be the techie girl.
I did, yeah. Like what? I don't know. It was
Well, there's also the other thing that I think about too is this is an extremely small town. And I don't know the details of all these people who grew up in this town, but who knows? Like maybe this was something that Kendra was doing to like get back at somebody in that community too. Like
I think she's a sick,
I
depraved
just think
woman
she's-
who
Yeah.
wanted to find any way to be needed and
Deeply
wanted,
unloved,
and
yeah.
she's just a
Well,
fucking victim that never fixed her
that's the other
problem.
thing
Yeah.
that the cop, Chloe's dad, said to Mike Main, I think it's Kendra.
yeah. Yeah.
He says that.
But again,
A real cop.
the only real cop. Yeah. And who again just isn't in, I mean, again, we don't,
say that. You're Chloe's dad.
yeah, like, oh, cover it up for her. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you think it was this mom?
Like, no, I'm just an officer who has half a brain, and I
yeah,
might
exactly.
be her.
I'm just the only adult thinking logically here. Like,
Yeah.
that's what killed. And like, again, the dads were just like not as
Involved.
involved. I was like, excuse me. Like, again, that's just, I mean, by nature of like my parents' personalities and jobs, like they would have both been very involved, but like there would not have been any like. I
There's
don't know,
also
like,
stuff that we're forgetting that is also so like obvious and clear to everyone. I know it's like, oh, hindsight's 2020. No, hindsight was not 2020. The clues were there. They just did not pay attention to
And
them.
I think we didn't mention that Kendra like was at the school, like she worked
All the
or
time.
volunteered at the
Yeah.
school, so that was like another.
was a coach.
piece of
She was
it.
one of the coaches.
Always there. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like, well, it has to be a kid. They're always at school. Kendra's always. at
And no
school.
one thought to ask what adult is.
There's not
at
that
the
many.
School.
There's
Yeah.
not that many.
Right, exactly. And like, wow, okay, if it's an adult, it would be an adult who's involved in these kids' lives, which apparently was like the whole town. But like, wow, okay, if it's an adult that has access to information about all of these kids, coaches, teachers, like, you know what I mean? And they didn't.
It's a few people.
Parents, teachers, coaches, and they just didn't see.
and it couldn't be
didn't.
it at
And
all.
we
Why
don't
would they
know.
do that?
We also don't know. Like, there could have been more that was cut and that we missed. Like, we really don't know. But
no, Mike Main's an idiot, and I will
I'm
die
not
on that hill.
defending him. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm
Not
just.
you.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, we also don't know if, like, they also interviewed tons of parents. Like, we don't
Yeah.
know,
Moral of
right?
the story is fuck Mike
Not the right
Main,
ones.
and any Swiftie could have figured this out in 2
Fuck
days.
Mike Main and Kendra Lakari.
They should have put some of these teenage girls on the case. I bet
Yeah.
they would have solved it. Chloe,
100%.
Chloe, you seem like you need a hobby. You seem like you're a little mean. Let's give you something to channel this energy into.
Yeah.
Find
You know
the
what?
bitch.
Again, innocent bitch.
Yeah, again,
Justice
I feel
for
bad for
all.
her. Yeah, I mean, to have the whole school blaming you.
She was ostracized. She had a lot of shit happen to her because of this, and everyone else
All
that was
of them.
accused. It's so sad.
All of those kids. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, oh my gosh, how could you trust people again?
You can't.
She's just walking around. We may have been at the same like place with her at times. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes I was watching with my friends and I was like, like these people walk among us.
Yeah, she's out of prison.
near
She-
us.
Yeah,
She was convicted. She did go to prison.
not long enough. I mean,
Not long
she
enough.
also needs mental health help, really, and
like,
incarceration. I would argue, but like,
yeah, she did not receive enough incarceration.
or
No.
rules. She was contacting her daughter from prison. Like those messages, that should not have been allowed. Like,
No.
I hope she's getting help. I
Well,
hope
I think-
Lauren's getting. I hope everybody's getting help. Like
Seems like Lauren is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like Lauren is. And to your point,
her dad, Lauren's dad. I hope that man's. I don't think he knew. I think he was working like a maniac to just keep a roof over their heads because she was just not working and spending all their money and lying to him about it. Like, I believe he didn't know because he probably was working all the time to try and fix her financial mistakes.
But you saw how mad he was in that body cam footage. I don't think he was
involved.
How could he believe such a thing?
No.
Like, I think he's a good dad who was working hard, and his wife's a fucking idiot.
That's literally why I think he didn't know. I think he truly was working all the time because she was driving them into the ground financially. So like someone
he lost everything.
Someone had to work. Yeah, I mean, except his daughter. Like, thank God they have a good relationship.
That's a whole other piece. Like, he was being lied to in so many other ways too.
100%.
Like, crazy. I can't. It's unimaginable. It's completely
It's unimaginable.
I'm glad those two have a good relationship and have each other. Like they said at the end of the documentary, like Lauren and her dad were close, and I was like, at least there's that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
like
seriously.
At least. Not that anything really good came out of this, but like,
At least a text
I guess
up.
those two aren't, don't hate each other and aren't totally alone.
Wow.
Really dark, and we're not mothers, but I mean, you are, but like, I
I'm not.
can't imagine sending that type of text to my
Can't
child.
imagine texting anybody that.
My worst enemy.
You know
Yeah.
who shouldn't identify as a mother? Kendra Lacari.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
And then in the documentary, she's like,
Revoked.
there's nothing like when you give birth and that love. I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's one of the things Dale responded to.
Oh, that made me so mad.
How the fucking dare her? How fucking dare her?
How fucking dare her? She's an awful, awful person.
How fucking dare
She needs help, but like honestly, it really gave me Gypsy Rose vibes.
Yeah, I think everything they said was true. Like, I believe that it was like Munchausen by proxy in some weird way, a need to be loved. I don't doubt she was abused.
Yeah.
I think it was a perfect storm of horrible circumstances and incompetence.
Yeah, instead of going to therapy, she chose to abuse again.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
She got lost. And she says that. She's like, I just got lost in this situation. I do believe that statement. I do believe that, like,
No job, all that alcohol on the table. There had to be 50 bottles of like
was
alcohol,
crazy.
like vodka on the table behind them in the body cam. Like that, you didn't have a party. There wasn't that many people in the town for all that alcohol.
And I can't imagine you do that stuff sober. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
How could you? How could you?
Yeah.
Read
I
the
mean,
text. I will not do us the disservice of reading those texts
No.
on here.
No.
Horrible.
you know what, really, honestly, watch the documentary if you have not. It is, even now that you know the twist, it really is worth the watch.
It was good.
It was a very well done documentary. So what are we watching tonight after that? Are there any more unhinged documentaries we can
You know what's so funny?
explore?
Oh, yeah, after that.
It's Hoa 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 season too.
I watched every documentary that is on Netflix, like all about. I've watched the Poop Cruise. I've watched like the 9/11 documentaries. I've watched like all the Osama bin Laden stuff. I've watched everything.
She said America first.
Did you watch the one where the woman pretends that she
Was in 9/11.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that one.
That one will rock you. Like, that one was nuts.
Nuts.
Oh my God, that one
I
was
don't know if I can
crazy.
handle it. Oh my
yeah,
God.
that is nuts.
Because how did they figure it out?
I don't
forget.
remember. I just know that she did a lot of good for the community.
I haven't watched in a long time.
When you say she faked being there, would she like?
She pretended she was like at the World Trade
And then
Center
her
and like
fiance-
ran out of the building and like helped people. Yeah, like
And then her fiance died in the towers, and she was like on. I don't want to say board, but she was part of
she's
like
part of a survivors group.
part of
yeah,
like a really large
that
survivors
did like
group.
advocacy stuff. Yeah,
She like met like Rudy Giuliani for like when the One Trade Center like got dude, it's
yeah, when One Trade Center like the ribbon cutting or whatever.
Yes,
yeah, dude, it's bad.
nuts.
How do fucking people live with themselves? These people are not being raptured.
No, they're staying down and not
Those
getting
are we
sucked up by
all,
God's
because
vacuum.
it's not real.
No, it is actually like a crazy concept.
Yeah, like who's doing the sucking? Is it a ship? Is it the aliens? I saw a really funny comment. They were like, the aliens could do something really funny right now. Like they were something really funny.
100%. It would help us probably.
And they shook them up and just splat them back down. Ha! Stupid humans.
I wonder. I have so many questions about the logistics of this. Like, no one stopped at one point to be like,
I mean, I don't think
maybe.
religion and logistics really pair well together.
No, but like, you have to think about like, even if you have like a very strong faith, you have to think about like chance, likelihood, and like risk, like is it risky if I assume this is happening and I sell my home and like give my money away?
The
like,
last Rapture was only like 12 years ago. Like it didn't happen.
also
then,
like
so
God's
why is it
not
gonna happen now?
right, like God's not gonna be mad if you're wrong, right? If you believe you're that faithful, like, and you're wrong, like you can not like sell all your shit.
But
and
what's
like
You can't take it with you, so like just have it.
What's
Right.
the point of selling it?
well, I think people are
They
like,
don't
giving
need it.
stuff away.
But what's
There's-
the point of giving it away?
You're asking me like I can
You're gonna
answer this.
disappear. People are gonna take it anyway.
What I thought was super funny was people were like, I saw on TikTok we're getting into Ubers to like give piles of money away to Uber drivers, and I was like, wait. In the comments, we were like, wait, they're assuming you're not being raptured though, so that's kind of rude. That's like an insult. Like, oh, you need this. You're not
Gonna
being
need
raptured.
this when hell on earth
You know
arrives.
what? They get into the Uber. They're like, what religious affiliation would you best describe yourself
Oh my
as?
gosh, I should like I should drive for Uber for the next like
Do
24
it.
hours.
The people are giving money away right now,
I
but we
know.
don't live enough in the area where this.
No, this is
That's
not
true.
the right
Yeah, it's not as
We're too.
if we were in Utah or the deep south, I imagine this is
or
where
the
it's-
deep north.
The deep north.
Let's be honest. Look,
yeah.
look at
the
this
deep,
bitch.
The deep north, yeah.
Mid Michigan.
It's really not that north. It's
I
really
don't think
nearby.
Well,
there's
you know
an
what?
Uber there though. Like
Kendra
we gotta think-
Lacari.
Not enough people for Uber. We got to go somewhere else.
logistics.
CMU.
Oh, but the people calling Uber be college students, and those kids aren't giving piles of money to anybody.
They don't got none.
Yeah, like, yeah, we
Well, I don't know. Well, I
Grand
guess
Rapids might
We'll
be.
have to. You know what? We'll just go through the documentaries tonight and see what you have on Netflix that you have not seen yet.
It was a lot of darkness. I watched a lot of darkness. Fuck George Bush. Who said it? Ooh, not me. Oh,
I have said that
ooh,
before.
ooh, I didn't say it.
I have.
Ooh, the Kanye West documentary.
Oh, I don't know if I can do
God,
that.
fuck Kanye West.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Fuck
no,
that guy.
It's not an authorized documentary.
I know which one
What?
you're talking about.
Another person who needs therapy and is a monster.
Yeah, he's
Deep
apparently not
therapy.
happy about it.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, no, agreed. But
He's not happy about anything except the Third Reich. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, true.
Fuck that guy. Get therapy. The moral of the story of this episode.
Oh my god,
Get
go
therapy.
to therapy.
And get medicated.
Get on medication.
Yes, and either or yes,
Yes,
and whatever
and.
you need.
It's a
I don't
yes,
know.
and.
Get therapy and stop abusing others with your mental illness. Sorry.
Get clean. Get bent.
Get therapy.
Go to therapy.
therapy.
Yeah, get therapy.
Well, that's our show. I'm finished with this.
I just finished my wine, so
Me too. Time to go. That's our show. You can find us at SomethingFeralPod at Gmail and on TikTok and SomethingFeralLeftian on Instagram. Follow us or die on all platforms. And follow us or not be raptured. Wait, do you die if you're being raptured? No.
Yeah.
You live. Are you still alive or are you dead?
Yeah, what
No.
happens to the body?
well,
No, your
that's
body
what
gets sucked
that's.
up.
This is what I talk about, like logic. Like, if you believe that you're being raptured, wouldn't it just be your soul? Like, you think you're like getting physically like.
Yeah, they say it's the dead and the living are all getting raptured together. So do you get up there and you're dead? Are you all
I would
alive or are you all dead?
You have again the logic piece, like you're not
But aren't the
breathing up
dead
in like
people already
space
up in
and
heaven?
through the stratosphere. Yeah, you must be dead. So it's like, why would they take your body?
I don't know. Praise the Lord. Who knows?
See you next week. Maybe not.
Maybe
See you next week. We might be raptured. Maybe not.
if we don't get sucked up into the sky, which honestly some days
I'm good
doesn't
with it.
sound too bad.
I'm not going anywhere.
You don't know that.
Off to get raptured. See you next week.
Wait.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.